Playboy magazine. He's the ultimate lover boy. Nobody ever went after him. So a lot of these accusations, if there's anything that's got credence and weight, they're going to get them. If there's anything that's going to be proven, they're going to get them. But, selection bias is a very real thing. If one doesn't like Andrew Tate, nothing's going to change. The only thing you're going to see is stuff that he's done wrong. If somebody...
Wait, Patrick, are you saying that the CEO of Playboy would pretend to be someone's boyfriend to encourage them or entice them to come live with them or stay with them and then inform them that they were actually going to be a cam girl?
I'd like to
with several other women? Could
you tell me who this is? Is this Tara?
Yes.
Sarah, how much stories do you know about Hugh Hefner and Playboy? Have you really read into it or read up on it or no?
All I know is I've never seen videos of him hitting women or, leaving bruises on them or them locking themselves in bathrooms to get away from him.
Fortunately,
I've never seen him do that to women. I can't say it didn't happen. I wasn't there.
He has been accused. Hugh Hefner has been accused of things like that.
Yeah, the difference is, Tara, the difference is what saved him and many other men was when that happened, there was no social media. Nowadays, the greatest weapon in the world is the phone. So that's that part. But by the way, I think citizen journalism is great for all of us. I think citizen journalism is the ultimate saving grace that's kind of holding everybody accountable. I'm all for the new technology and what it's doing, but I don't really, if you want to find out a little bit more about what Hugh Hefner did, spend the night and do research. You may end up spending 3 nights doing research and reading plenty of documentaries of what a lot of women said about what they did over there. But what he didn't do, Hugh Hefner, here's what he didn't do. He never went after the establishment. He never did that. And by the way, there's a lot of other people that have done that and never went after them. Now, in regards to the hitting, you have to understand, I have 2 sons and 2 girls. And I'm not sitting here endorsing any of it. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I don't believe in man laying hands on the girl. But I also do know, as somebody that's ran businesses and sat in front of a lot of clients, I've had clients that are swingers. I've had friends that are swingers. I've had people that have very different sexual appetite. And many of them are very good at concealing it, not sharing it with others. Some people record themselves and accidentally that video pops out. And then now you have to answer for that. So there's a lot, like, listen, a baseball player recently, if you guys want to chime in and say anything, I'll continue here. Trevor Bauer, a baseball player. Perfect story here that I'll give you, Tara. Here's a guy that's making 30 to 40 million a year. One of the best pitchers in baseball in 2019 or 2020. I want to say he won the Cy Young. He's a pitcher for the Dodgers. A girl comes over to his place. She's into hardcore sex. They spend time together first night. And I'm talking about, you can read up on this, Trevor Bauer. It's legit hardcore sex. I'm talking physical and all of that. She leaves. After she leaves, there's proof of text messages the next day saying, I can't wait to see you again. Well, then she goes back to see him again because she wants more of it, because she's into it as well with him. Now, this is their, what they want to do. After she goes back, eventually he's done. He doesn't want to do anything. Well, she goes to court and she gets to tell everybody about what she did with him. And then eventually this guy gets suspended for nearly 2 years, costing him a couple $100 million. And then eventually when they go to Pasadena court, you know what ends up happening? He's not guilty. They don't do nothing to him. It was all a mutual agreement. If it was so bad, why did you go back for a second time around? And eventually she was so embarrassed. She's like, I don't want to do anything about it. But they ruined this guy's life and his career, Trevor Bauer. Again, if courts say you're guilty, and everything is there to show some of these activities, rape, any of that stuff, we're not sitting here having this conversation. All I'm saying is, Tara, it's very important for many of us, especially the last couple of years politically, we don't dislike politicians. People hate Trump and love Trump. People hate Fauci and love Fauci. We're no longer in the, reasonable, I don't want to vote for it. It is what it is. It's very, very emotional the last 6 years. So it's very important for us as individuals to be able to learn how to reason, be logical, and say, listen, I can't stand this guy. Of course, I'm only going to see what bad this guy does. Or I love this guy. I can only see what good things this guy does. We have to be able to know the difference and be patient to finally realize what the truth is behind all of this.
I think I've done a pretty fair job of that, Patrick, to be honest. And, you know, I agree with pretty much almost everything that Tate says politically, as far as vaccines, climate, you know, the level of control, censorship, all of that stuff. But I also don't think he deserves to be, again, lumped in with people like Donald Trump. I understand that, you know, there's a picture of him with a Make America Great Again hat. But as far as I know, there's no association, unless you know something that I don't, between him and Trump, or Trump, you know, giving him his endorsement at all whatsoever. Also, I do want to point out that they're both, him, his brother, and the other two people involved in this, are all being held for 30 days. So obviously, you know, there is something to this. We're not just sitting here and having this discussion for no reason at all. Had he even been released today, it may have been less of a conversation, to be honest. But it does go to show you that there are some pretty significant charges against these guys that are involved in this.
And talking on that point, there's just an update that Sam sent me. So there's 4 people that were arrested: Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, as well as the ex-policewoman that we all talk about, that I think is in a romantic relationship with one of them. And the 4th one is Georgina Nigel, Tristan's PA. Georgina, I'm just going to tweet it now, and I'll link it above. And there's a photo of both Georgina and the ex-policewoman. Georgina was released. So now it's only Andrew, Tristan, and the ex-policewoman.